I think the best thing that I can tell you is the more interviews I've done, the more reps I've gotten, right? Like I can now tell what a good interview is versus a bad interview. And it's not the person is bad. I'm not saying that the person that I've interviewed is bad. You can just tell that they're not going to be a fit for the organization and the culture and the demands of the job. New environment. Buenos dias. Good morning.
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
Yeah, I saw you learning Spanish.
Shoot, I wish. Like someday.
Me
Like,
too. Hey, me too.
What are we going
We got
into?
a partner.
2026 already. I keep saying this. My resolution. Maybe this will be the year.
Maybe. We'll hold each other accountable.
Probably not.
We are getting dangerously close to the new year, aren't we?
Maybe that's the goal. Maybe that's like November of 26. We'll do a podcast in Spanish.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I like it.
Can I just I'll just translate and read off a translator.
Just teleprompter.
The teleprompter. That's what.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Me llamo Riley. See, I know some.
All right. Buns, burgers, big ideas.
Yeah, buns, big. Jeez.
Cheese?
Cheese.
No, I thought you said cheese.
BX3.
No, yes.
BX3. We're back in the studio. Welcome back.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us. Once more, listeners. Those of you who are hanging around, we appreciate you. And we're almost coming up on a year anniversary of BX3 too.
Oh, I know it.
January
I was thinking about that. January. Yeah.
January 9th, something like that. So we're close, man.
We've made it. I didn't know if we'd make it a year, but we were almost there. We've changed a little bit here and there, and I'm sure we'll keep evolving. But excited about the conversation today around hiring and the interview process and stuff. Like we'll dive into it a little bit more, but it's something I've been really passionate in trying to learn more about the last couple of years.
Yeah, it's really fascinating what we're learning from this new process. We've been hiring the same way for 30, 40, 50 years. I don't know.
60, 70,
60,
I don't know,
yeah.
right? Like, as long as I can remember, McDonald's, we've always done some of the same basic interview application things. So we're looking to change that.
Well, and we've talked multiple times that this industry has high turnover, right? And so you almost, because of your hiring practices, have higher turnover.
Yeah.
And they kind of feed back and forth into each other, where the processes that we're putting in place now are really exciting because it'll help us reduce that.
Well, and that's the whole point, right? Like trying to get the right people into the right, spots on the right bus and all that, like but how do we find the right people? And what's funny is you mentioned it, our industry, like the quick service industry has like naturally about 150% trailing 12-month turnover. So you're getting a new team every 8 months in your restaurant. Like if you're, depending on where your average, it really doesn't matter, right? But industry average, you're getting a new team every 8 months.
8 months to a year,
and
whatever that is.
Crazy.
Yeah,
and yet we sit there and say, and you hear it in the restaurants, and you've heard it from me. Well, I don't know why they didn't show up. I don't know why they didn't show up for their first day. I don't know why they didn't show up for, after, 3 weeks of training. Like they just disappeared, or they're the wrong person, and I wish I would have known. But like we keep doing the same thing, and it's chaotic.
Expecting it to get better.
And we hire for the holes. Like we're going to go into I'm going to share some best bets, and we'll talk about like what this can do for you. But we keep doing the same thing, and we wonder why nothing's changing. And we're blessed enough. Like I will tell you, as an organization, our trailing 12-month turnover is around 70%. Like we're almost half already what the industry is, and that's a kudos to the people that are running the restaurants.
You guys,
it really is though. Like people don't want to work for bad bosses. Everyone deserves to be led well, and the fact that we're half of what the industry average is, like we're doing something right. Yeah, but it's not good enough yet. Like our goal is to get to 30% or less, because I've seen it, and restaurants are doing it, and people are doing it, and same thing. Like our people deserve the best people.
Yeah.
So truly excited about what that is.
Well, and I read a document the other day it said one more to the core. So one more to the core, it basically means that out of your team, you have people who stick around for more than a year.
Oh, absolutely.
You sure
do.
People who've been there for a long time. Those are your core. Those are the ones that do help your turnover stay low. But to your point, you're hiring a new team every 8 months to a year. The idea here is that when you interview somebody, you want to add them to the core. You want them to stay. You want them to be that person, because adding one more core to your roster is going to decrease your turnover by 20%.
That's
one person.
Perfect. Yeah, and it's true.
It's crazy
because you will. You go to any restaurant, right? You'll have the same 20 people or whatever your core number is, and it's everybody else that you slowly filter out. And I get it, right? You're probably looking and saying, well, that's great, but that can't happen. And I think that's the attitude that makes it where it can't happen. We're always quick to hire and we're slow to fire. Right?
It's the opposite.
And we need the opposite. You want to go slow to go fast type stuff. So the issue that we see within our organization is for every, first of all, you only get X number of applicants, right? So you got to increase the applicant pool. We got to find ways to advertise it, the job openings, whatever, right? You got to find ways to differentiate yourself because you want to drive in more applicants.
And in those applicants, there's probably a couple diamonds.
And there will be, right? But if you're only getting 5 applicants a month, your chances of finding or having one of those diamonds is a much smaller, right? So if you get 20 applicants a month, on average, we're averaging right now about 40 per restaurant a month, right? So we get 40 applicants. Guess how many we're interviewing every month on average?
5.
Not even.
Not even?
We don't even. We don't even. Yeah. Out of the 40 we average, we're only interviewing 2.
And then we're hiring.
And we're hiring like 1.7 of them. Yeah.
So almost 2.
We literally are hiring everyone we interview from a crew level standpoint. And then that's what I'm saying. And then we wonder why, right? Why they didn't show up. Because we're not, I guess, doing enough interviews. And what I've realized through this top grading new process that we're really working on is you have to do more interviews. And you have to follow the structure. And we're working on implementing, and we're going to work on it continuously on training to the new structure. But you have to be able to be comfortable enough to say no to somebody. And the issue that I always had from an interview standpoint is not knowing how to end it, right? Like, hey, Riley, we just had a decent enough interview, but I know I don't want to hire you. But I'm like, I can't look you in the eyes and say, you're not a good fit. But now that I've done more and more interviews, not necessarily looking to hire, I'm much more confident and comfortable with
saying, hey, it's not a fit. Wish you well.
Wish you well. Yeah.
There's something for you. It's not with us.
And I think the best thing that I can tell you is the more interviews I've done, the more reps I've gotten, right? Like I can now tell what a good interview is versus a bad interview. And it's not the person is bad. I'm not saying that the person that I've interviewed is bad. You can just tell that they're not going to be a fit for the organization and the culture and the demands of the job.
So I say, so what are maybe the top 3 things that pop in your head that are the difference factor?
Yeah, no, that's great. So first of all is them being knowledgeable enough to talk about the goods and bads of their job history, right? Like what we do now is a lot more intense than what we've ever done before, especially from a leadership standpoint. I mean, we're doing 2, 3, 4 hour interviews, and it's an actual like chain of events where you might go through 3, 4, 5 different checkpoints before you even get to the final interview. So
this is for a general manager, though,
and that would be more for like your assistants and general manager. Yeah. So from that process, we're taking a lot more time to get to know the applicant, and we're allowing them to take the time to know us. So all of a sudden you can kind of feel whether or not they're going to be a good fit for us, and they can maybe drop off of that interview process anytime if they don't feel like they're a good, or they're maybe not wanting to go with us.
Yeah.
But from a crew standpoint, it's the same concept though, right? We used to basically say, okay, if you can breathe in the mirror, right? Like if you can stand in front of this mirror and it fogs up, like you're hired. Like we can't do that anymore. Right? And we have to be more intentional around who we're hiring. And I think that's the issues that we've had is we've been, you have open availability or you fit a need or a perceived need. You're hired, let's do this.
And those could still potentially be A players.
Oh, absolutely.
With the right development and leadership.
Yep.
But the intention and the focus now is specifically looking for those A players.
Yeah.
So those B and C's that we might have hired before, we're looking for those A players.
Yeah. And an A player is defined, I mean, as the top 10% of the market for the pay you're willing to pay, right? So there's A players out there for the price we're willing to pay, right? Within the area that we operate in. But what we need to do more often than not is just do more interviews. Right?
Especially when you don't need people. That's when you should really be.
Oh, man. How great would that be?
Oh
like, people are listening. They're like, wow, that's great, but I need this, this, and this. And I get that. You need this, this, and this. But why hire somebody who might not show up in a week or 4 weeks, or they're more likely than not to quit within the 90-day period that you kind of use as a benchmark to say, did we hire the right person? That 90-day turnover is an important number to say, am I hiring the right people?
Yeah.
And if your 90-day turnover, you're seeing, 70, 80, 90, 100% turnover, your hiring practices need to be better. And we have so many restaurants that have high 90-day turnover.
High 90-day.
And if you have high 90-day turnover, how do you get to somebody lasting more than, that year that you're really looking for? So we hire, and we're like, okay, well, we'll just take a chance. Well, why? Why waste all of that time and that energy into somebody that is more likely than not going to leave?
Yeah.
So instead, how do we reverse the whole firefighting trend and say, okay, let's go slow to go fast? And I get it. Like the issue is we're in it, right?
Yep.
Like operationally, we're in it. The restaurant's in it. You need people. But why not approach this a little bit differently and look to find the right people more often than not, to where then they will stick around, adding to the core, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Add to the core instead of adding to the turnover. And we've got to be more defined in that approach. And that's what I'm excited about. Like we now have systems in place that we're going to be working on training towards. And I guarantee you in the next year or two, right? Like not only will we reduce turnover, but you're going to have a happier team, and you're going to have people that want to work for you because they want to, not because they have to, because you're bringing in the right people with the right attitudes, the right culture, and the efficiencies. You look at let's just use the kitchen as an example. You got 4 people in the kitchen. I guarantee you, if you got 2, 3 A players, they already know who that B, C player is, right? It's like, well, they might as well not be here because they're just leaning against the wall,
And they might leave by themselves.
Yeah.
Or other conversations can come from recognizing who the B and C's are.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I'm just a devil's advocate here. There's a lot of moving pieces with this. Hiring is just one piece of this journey that we're on to reduce our turnover.
Yep.
Your training has to be fair, consistent, and easy to follow. And it has to actually happen.
Yeah.
And so that's another piece of the pie. And then to your point, you have to have other A players who aren't intimidated by people who are strong performers.
Yeah.
And so it's all these little pieces kind of add up into that turnover piece that we're really trying to focus on.
The training plan, McDonald's is really cool about having a training plan.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to tell you, right? It's improved, it's better. The crew training, like the stuff that McDonald's is implementing over the past few years, like it's finally coming together, right? So I think the training plan is easy to follow now. But to your point, how well does the restaurant team follow it is kind of restaurant to restaurant. But here's what I would say, right? For our general managers and our assistants, it's so important to really reflect on and pick the shift managers that are going to run your business, because I think that's where some of the issue lies within the turnover. You can bring in a bunch of A players, but if they're working for bad leaders, they're only going to work for them for so long before they try to find another career path, right? And it's a cart before the horse situation, right? So we as an organization are looking for those A player general managers and assistant managers, and and Riley, you've been a huge part of this. Now moving into the actual interview process with shift managers, but like if I work with the same person for 30, 40, 50 hours a week, and they show up and they can put food in a bag and I know that I can rely on them, I'm probably going to look to promote them to a shift manager. Let's just throw that out there. But they might not be the long-term best fit. And we don't necessarily have, at least in the past, checks and balances to say, hey, the shift manager from an outside perspective, we're on board, let's do this. Or maybe some caution here. Maybe proceed with caution. Maybe there's a yellow flag, like I like them, but they're going to need a little bit more development for this, and this, right? And then I'm going to tell you too, right? Like there's red flag managers that some people might not see as a red flag. So how do we put some checks and balances in place to help our leadership team within the restaurants help make the right decisions on who they're promoting to run the business? Because if we don't, we're always going to have some of those same issues, regardless of who we're looking to bring in.
Those A players are always going to leave because there's always going to be those C and Bs. Absolutely. And I think what's super cool right now is, well, not just right now, but historically, we love to promote internally.
Oh yeah.
To your point, you're kicking butt there, buddy. Like, you want to be a manager?
Yeah.
Like, and that's great, and that worked for a while. But now, because of what you just said, right? You're hiring A players who want good bosses. Now that those checks and balances for us look like a commitment form, a commitment letter. Hey, we are going to provide this X amount of training to you. We expect this in return. You have to finish it by this date. Like there's it's clear cut, and it's easy. And there's an interview. There's an interview. To be internally promoted to a shift manager. I mean, come on.
And that's what I'm saying. You guys have done such a
How
nice
cool.
job. You and the development team around like the process. And I get it, it's just getting started. But how cool is that to be able to like go back and say, yes, we have a system. Yes, we have some processes that we're looking for. Yes, there's some training that we're going to ask for. Internal promotions are the best way to go.
They are.
Right?
Yeah.
100%. Like regardless of what we do as an organization, promoting internally is still by far the best case scenario. But we can no longer be afraid to externally hire.
Well, and you said it earlier. You got to expand your hiring pool, your applicant pool.
Yep.
Internally is great.
Yep.
But there might be, some person from Taco Bell that we can be like, hey, you want to learn some McDonald's? And they might be a diamond in the rough. They might be a great shift leader.
Yeah.
So it's not that we don't look at internally. It's just we're expanding the application pool.
Well, it's funny because I was having this conversation with some other organizational leaders, and I'm with them because every time we've externally hired, we've been burned. But then I look back, at least for our own organization, every external hire that we've brought on, what did that training plan actually look like, though? What time was given? Like, all of a sudden, we have a need at a restaurant that's an opportunity restaurant. I throw them into the fire when they don't even, like I got to approach this. We as an organization have to approach this differently. So as we're bringing in external hires, right, like we're giving them 1 to 3 months of a training plan to say, hey, go work at a restaurant that's running really well. Go learn what that looks like, and then maybe we're going to put you in the opportunity one.
So cool.
Or you leave them at a restaurant that's running well, and you take a seasoned A-player general manager and you put them at the opportunity restaurant because now they have a fighting chance, right, to turn the restaurant around into a high performer.
Absolutely.
So,
It's
yeah.
so exciting. Like I just the conversation and what we're doing right now as an organization is just it's beyond awesome. The training programs, the hiring process, and just getting our team on the right seats on the bus.
Yeah.
Like that's what we're doing.
Hiring will never be perfect, but we can get it right more often than not. When we start following the process that we've committed to and that we've been building for the last 1 to 2 years. I mean, this has been a long, slow crawl, right? But like we're like right there. We're on the cusp of this, and I am so excited about what this is going to look like for our crew and our managers and our customers too.
Yeah,
right?
And I mean the business.
Yeah,
like the business. I mean, it's. I'm so excited. So excited to see it.
Well, if you're an A player and you're listening and you want an opportunity, McHire.com, reach out to us.
Shoot, my email's riley@immcd.com.
Yes.
just shoot us an email.
Yeah, let us know. We're always looking for greatness. And if that's you, let us know.
Absolutely. Listen, learn, lead. We'll see you next time. See you guys.
Thanks for joining us on Buns, Burgers, and Big Ideas. We hope today's episode inspired fresh ideas for your leadership journey. Be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode, and keep learning with us as we continue to explore leadership in the QSR world. Until next time, take care and lead well.